What is up, everyone? Level failed. We are dead. No volcano of shame for us today. I am Lovenji Gaming, and of course I am your host for this tournament. This tournament being Populous The Beginning's Invisible Cup, supported by Populous Reincarnated. We've seen him play before on his way to this round. Playing as Red Tribe, Red Base. It is Populous The Beginning Balloon. His opponent, we haven't seen him play. He got a bye to this round, but playing as the Yellow Tribe, Yellow Position. It is Pop TB Swamp. So it'll be interesting to see how these players approach the game. Interesting to note that the red player has already pulled through in front of yellow by way of the converts. A lot of the middle strip appears to have been neglected. There's a nice 3 convert there that's pretty simple to pick up. Yellow has gone to the side strip to try to pick up these converts relatively quickly. It is being a bit slow, a bit inactive with the Shaman at the moment. Not sure what that convert was aimed at. We did see that. Tail end of that, a bit of a missed convert. And a convert of 2 there. Population 20, 35, 7... Yeah, the convert's doing its thing. 38 to 37. Red player's going to be very happy with that, given that red hasn't even converted the back of his base yet. Sounds like our red player did alright on the middle strip. Those of you who are not Populous aficionados, why do I talk about yellow getting a population advantage when the map looks almost mirrored and almost the same? It comes down to the positions of the reincarnation sites. For yellow, you are here. You've got a very easy reach to some of the wild men and a very short distance to convert on this strip. Meanwhile, as the red player, your core is at the back of your base. Core meaning Circle of Reincarnation, which is a name the community has given to the reincarnation site. This is at the back of your base, meaning you have much longer to walk towards the front line. These are sort of minor micro imbalances that tend to make Pressure Point a very interesting map to play. Every base has its own strengths and its own weaknesses. So we should be seeing... Yellow really should be finishing out the convert. There's a 3 here, there's 1 here. We saw the 2 over here. Yellow really hasn't finished the convert. And it shows. We've got red sitting at 54 population, yellow at 51. We'd call that a bad convert phase for yellow. Not by much, but you would expect yellow to have denied red more of the wild men. Fire Warriors in towers, they shoot over the horizon. So these Fire Warriors filled nice and early, going to be taking out guard towers of our red player as the yellow shaman looks to march on the center. Nope, she's changed her mind, she's turning around. I don't know if she knows what she wants to do. Our yellow player is building slowly, especially when you compare them to red. Red has got plenty of huts up, 15 to be exact, while yellow is sporting only 9. And all the plans are down for even more huts as well. So our red player has perhaps sacrificed some of the early defense and fortifications to get this build speed and to get this strong build out. But you can see that key fire warriors are being placed within the towers. So red is doing what he can to stop yellow getting in earlier than he should. Ghost spam coming out for both shamans, trying to push each other around. Oh, it looks like yellow almost went down. Oh, the blast from red does not quite get the kill. Follow-up blast from red. Red is really applying pressure, and there comes the earthquake from our red shaman. Actually manages to get yellow to roll down with a well-placed retreating blast as well. Yellow taking very minimal damage from that earthquake. In fact, this is nice for yellow. You can cover this in towers and force your opponent to charge a land bridge on top of everything else if they want to get in through this entrance. And you can just start to hammer at red's middle strip and side strip from a fortified middle position, which yellow already has. Yellow has already a strong middle position, can make this even stronger, fortify this as well. The burst earthquake could be advantage yellow if capitalized on correctly. Yellow Shaman is holding an earthquake in the chamber. Red Shaman's not got any spells back as of yet. He's only at 65 population. Throwing down the ghost armies to try to enter these towers, push and bully fire warriors to get them out and weaken this yellow mid position. Blast onto the fire warrior is going to get the kill. Goes from yellow trying to push red down the hill, and they just about manage it. Red Shaman's low on health. Oh, that last fire warrior volley, I was so sure that that might have killed her there. But red just about gets out by the skin of his teeth. Lakai comes out from our yellow shaman onto the red side strip. He's going to get one hut, burn down a tower for the troubles, set fire to another hut. A little bit of damage. Both players just using their initial spells to poke at one another. Red has charged another earthquake. Red sat at 70 population, yellow at 50. It would appear that yellow has not even put plans down at the back of the base, so yellow is really focused on this attack. Perhaps indicative of a slightly lower skilled player, the inability to watch multiple positions at once. I know it's something that I suffer from, especially. But what I do like for yellow is that he's continuing to posture aggressively. Signs of an experienced player is you can generally tell how strong or weak your opponent is based on looking at their base. So I'm sure our red player perhaps knows that yellow is not working with a mountain of population. But yellow is not cowering in a tower, hiding behind his lightnings. I like that. I like players that try to play with confidence. Just on the off chance that there is a little bit of underestimation. But red shaman doing a great job in that blast duel, securing an advantage, and this is what we're talking about. These warriors could have run into the yellow base, but because of the way the earthquake cut, there's still going to be a path for them, but they're going to come up here, and they're going to do so very slowly. Fire warriors are going to be distracted by the red shaman. Here comes the land bridge that you would know is coming. Ah! Land bridge killing a couple of the red warriors because they went in slightly too impatiently. The red warriors are being spread out nicely in and amongst the towers. Each warrior being sent to an individual fire warrior to secure the kill. Ghost army coming out from our yellow shaman. A little bit of slow casting. As the red shaman is still alive. Yellow shaman hasn't died. I did think the yellow shaman might have died for a second, but the red shaman is deep into the yellow base. Perhaps preemptively casting that first earthquake. Population is 80 to 46, so it does look like this is going to be over nice and quickly with a very quick and easy win for our yellow player. The red shaman we have seen play before. A dominant victory against Volcano. Putting out a strong victory here as well. So the red shaman now in the depths of the yellow base. Going to be throwing out a couple of additional blasts onto these warriors to soften them up. There is another earthquake as well. We'll have to see what our yellow player opts to do next. But it does look very much like GG here. Red shaman putting out a dominant performance, though those fire warriors getting the additional volley. It's going to take down the red shaman at last. Red pulling back the fire warriors just before. Yellow's actually emptied their entire defense to try to stop that attack going off. Red being very sneaky, hiding the true number of fire warriors available to him by placing some of them in the huts. And if we take a look, red has not missed a beat. Some nice large huts already. Medium huts dotted all over the place as well. A couple of small huts. But red has been being very aggressive, very active on the map, training a lot of troops as well. The yellow base is in a bit of a shambles. But what yellow does have working for them is that a majority of these towers are still standing. Very few of them are actually completely destroyed. This defense could be replenished and refilled relatively quickly. Has to do something about these red shaman warriors. Blasts coming out from both our players as Balloon throws down an earthquake deep into Swamp's base. Both shamans trade blasts, and Swamp actually gets the better and manages to survive. Throws down a follow-up blast onto the corpse just to really make sure that they are especially dead. Balloon being very active with warriors on Swamp's side strip. There's a gap in the middle of the base. This could be a hut. Looks like the warriors are just going to be separated around the defense. We started talking about the one thing that I liked for yellow was that yellow's defense was still there. Red is doing everything within their power to make sure that that is not the case. And we can see the back foot that yellow's been put on. Yellow's still on 50 pop, having to charge lightnings to try and gain some security on the map. But Balloon is ruthless, out for blood. 115 population and climbing. Double earthquake in the chamber. Oh, Balloon. What were you doing, mate? Should have had a land bridge. Shaman going to lose to this warrior in a fist fight. This warrior going to kill one last fire warrior before he gets taken down. The yellow shaman really likes getting into fistfights with men with swords. I know you've got the power to conjure fire, lightning, and all sorts. You do not have the power to beat a man with a sword. Not unless you hit him in the face with a fireball first. This cheeky little red warrior is going to... I thought he was going to run by towards the back of the opponent's base, but it looks like he's just trying to get up and into the defense. The incline of this hill is such that the fire warrior can actually reach. I am yawning an inordinate amount, and it's got nothing to do with the quality of the game. I'm just not allowing myself to breathe. So if yellow isn't going to fix this part of the base, towers, always towers. Land bridge from our red player going to connect to the side door in a very clinical fashion. The yellow shaman actually died and we missed it because we were too busy talking about warriors and towers and building in the base, and I think I was busy yawning. Double tornado for the red shaman out on the side, taking out one of the fire warrior training huts. It looks like the warriors actually managed to get into the other fire warrior training hut. So our yellow player is without tornadoes. Nice use of land bridge to save the shaman there. Though really shouldn't have been needed because the shaman was taken out by her own tornado. But a very clean use of the land bridge. Going to even blast to finish off that fire warrior training hut. Very nice game presence from our red player. Even knowing to spam those blasts. Braves being used to tear down the towers in the absence of warriors. Yellow has been managing to climb population. Despite all the damage that Yellow has taken, Yellow has managed to get themselves up to 60 population. Would be nice to see... Oh, it looks like Yellow could fit a hut here. So Yellow is going to do exactly that. More defense. You need way more defense than this. You need warriors out there on the field trying to help as well. Let's take another look at our red base. We can see that the huts are almost completely upgraded. Couple of lazy small huts. Caught one just going up to a medium hut now. Yellow Shaman going to be pushing down, trying to deal with one of these forward towers. And there's an earthquake from Yellow Shaman going to be saved by the Red Shaman, at least the elevation of the land. In fact, that's actually going to do more harm than good, as the land bridge is what takes out both of those huts, not the earthquake. But what Red does is Red preserves the height of the land. Now our Yellow Shaman does get a very nicely placed lightning kill onto the Red Shaman. Does have one more earthquake available to her. There it is, Lakai onto the defense of the Red player. And it's cut in the least favorable position for our Yellow Shaman. Yellow Warriors are going to find Red Warriors and try to beat them in an open melee. They should be able to. The Fire Warriors are providing support, and there's just outright more Yellow Warriors. But Red reinforcements are charging in, looking for a fight. It's good for Yellow. Yellow has sort of secured more of this position, and with all of these trees that are fully stacked, just cut them all down. Grab 20 Braves, send them to these trees, and pull the wood back into the base, because Yellow's upgrading has been diabolical. I get that Yellow's resources have been stretched thin, but, you know, while the Red Shaman was down, just grab all this wood, bring it to the back of the base, share it amongst the huts, get some quick upgrades in. You might actually climb your population a little bit further. Lightning coming out from our Yellow Shaman. Looks like Yellow found a large group of idle warriors and used a lightning to help them win. But I think Yellow is too fixated on the warriors on the side, as the Red Shaman throws down a forward earthquake and a second earthquake to follow up, coming out from our Red Shaman. Weird spiky mountain has occurred within the Yellow base. I hate these. But Yellow Shaman doesn't appear to be responding. No, Yellow is once again enjoying a melee with a warrior, as Red hates on that specific tile of water with a terrible lightning. Or an amazing lightning. It really does depend. If Red really hated that tile, then that was a well-placed shot. Firestorm coming out from our Red Shaman. We're going to probably see another earthquake being utilized deep into the heart of the Yellow base. These huts that are typically hard to get at being the first ones to go down. Yellow actually trying to walk into a Firestorm. Never a smart idea, and the Red Shaman is going to secure the kill onto the Yellow Shaman. Yellow mana going to go over to the Red Shaman, going to probably give her yet another earthquake to cast, though this is GG as Red Warriors pour in all over the base. Yellow down to 60 population, absolutely 0 troops, so it's purely 59 Braves. And there's another earthquake deep in the heart of the Yellow base. Perhaps not best placed, based on how RNG could have cut that. But look at all these troops. These troops are going to be the game winner here. So our Red player, PopTB Balloon, is going to go up the first game in this best of 3 series with a very well played game of Yggdrasil. GG says Swamp. GG says Balloon. We should see the surrender any second now. A valiant attempt from Swamp, perhaps a bit slow to get out of the gate. PopTB Balloon up 1-0 in this best of 3. But anyway, we have loaded in second game of this tournament. It is Hollow Fields 2. We saw him try valiantly in that last match of Yggdrasil. This is not his map pick. Yggdrasil was his map pick, in fact. Playing as the Yellow Tribe, Yellow position. It is PopTB Swamp. His opponent up 1 game, taking a dominant Yggdrasil victory. Second time we've seen him dominate on Yggdrasil now. His first time was against Volcano, second time against Swamp. PopTB Balloon. Balloon can smell those $50. All players who make it through to the round of 8 for this tournament secure themselves $50. It is important that you win this round, as this is where the money starts coming into our players. The Invisible Cup, of course, sporting a $1,000 prize pool. It's the largest prize pool we have ever hosted for a tournament for Populous at the beginning. Absolutely fantastic. Entirely community donated as well. Beautiful thing to see and an absolute pleasure to be a part of. Red Shaman going to be throwing down a convert, getting a cheeky 3 out of what should have been a 1. Red's turned on the convert hacks for this map, clearly. Let's see. Clearing up the loose wild men around the base. Wild men are an attribute of the global population. As the global population, that is the population of all tribes within the game, goes up, the wild man population goes down. In a normal 1.03 game, as that population drops, wild men start coming back. But we are playing with a feature called Disable Wild Man Respawn, and it just stops that. Stops both players taking a base trade, and then both players going converting the wild men that are now back on the map, and elongating the game by twice as long as it should be. A lot of guessing that our balloon might be Loot Hill. Pretty confident guessing, in fact. Our yellow player needs to be a bit quicker with the converts, currently sitting at 43, population 249. A nice 3 here, a nice 2 here. These will probably group up into a 2 as well. I get ignoring a straggling 1. There's another 2 here. But you're not ignoring stragglers here. You're just ignoring actual clumps of wildmen. Fire Warrior, quick 2 garrison in this tower. Going to be able to shoot over here. That's why I don't like this map. Fire Warrior, whoever gets this up first gets a very key control. Red Shaman looking to be pushing forward. These towers have not yet been filled. Blast coming down onto the Yellow Shaman. Yellow Shaman was not paying attention, just going to get blasted straight into the water. This might, in fact, be a very quick game. Might need Admin Inca Warrior to jump into the game and change it to ranked because it wasn't long enough. So, our Swamp player, very slow on the Fire Warrior training hut, and that's a big part of why Red has been able to get in like this, because there's just no Fire Warriors available. Red has even brought Fire Warriors along and are patrolling them on the high ground to be incredibly oppressive. Red Shaman has double Tornado, and Yellow has blasted him right on in there. Actually survives the direct blast there, and even blasts the Yellow Shaman away. Now, Yellow losing control of both of those troop huts. A lot of real braves being thrown away there at the Red Shaman. And Tornado even taking a couple of them. What is going on here? Red Shaman going to be in the Tornado for what feels like half a year. The population damage has been done. Yellow has already dropped to 34. So the Fire Warriors patrolling on the high ground are going to secure a little bit of an advantage for Red. Yellow has to deal with these first before going anywhere. Whoa, nice volley. Gets some good height on that Shaman. But the Fire Warriors have been cleaned up now. A couple of blasts out of our Yellow Shaman. Enough to do it. Yellow has not replaced the Fire Warrior training hut. It's hard to tell because of this texture and these plans, but it doesn't look like Yellow has rebuilt the Fire Warrior training hut. And in fact, Yellow's going to be told to back away by a firing Fire Warrior within a tower. Chat's calling GG already, and it certainly put our Yellow player on the back foot. Yellow needs to get troops up immediately and start camping with lightnings if Yellow wants to elongate this game into a potential win. Good blast from Yellow, taking out the Red Shaman there. Very nice shot. Catches the Red Shaman trying to push in. Gives her a gentle nudge into the water. Take a bath, says the Yellow Shaman. Now, Red's been a bit lazy about his towers. There's a couple. This side has been filled. This side, not so much. Now that could be a bait, there could be Fire Warriors in here, and that will disguise Yellow's true intentions. Red's already got access to the land bridge, so we're going to see him connect to this side door almost immediately. you can tell both from how he's filled the towers and the fact that he's training a large amount of warriors that we're just going to get a land bridge here. And yellow takes the bait as well. Yellow's busy caught attacking. Here comes the land bridge. Yellow doesn't have any fire warriors because of the training hut dying earlier on. And I don't think yellow really cares. Yellow's going to just say, okay, well, then I'm going to go into your base too. It's going to be a base trade, but as you know, I always think the base trades favour the player with the higher population, especially when the population is as different as this. Going to be a very quick game, and in fact, it looks like yellow fell for it. Fire warriors clicked onto the shaman are going to secure the kill as red warriors separate themselves in and amongst the yellow base. Many people saying it favours the player with more warriors, but we all know that isn't the case. We've seen many sides with more warriors lose in base trade scenarios in this tournament alone. There are many elements that contribute. A couple of Braves going to be fighting with the red shaman. Of course, the fire warrior won't fire until the red shaman deals with it. But these red warriors are all over the base, and they are just tearing it apart. Yellow does get another shaman victory over red, but really shaman isn't important right now. Yellow's down to 19 population, so yellow's not even going to be able to charge enough blast to kill the amount of warriors that are on the way. I'd like to see red continue to trickle the warriors in, and that looks like exactly what our red player is doing. Very difficult for the yellow shaman, who gives up on fist fighting that warrior to let him carry on within the base. Yellow probably weighing up his options, realizing there's very little that he can do. Brave gonna fight this warrior. It's gonna go down. The blast follow up. Warrior did not die. You don't have to blast him a second time. You can beat him in a fist fight. Yellow wasting 2 blasts on this warrior and then just leaving him alone anyway. So our yellow player is hanging in for dear life, hanging on for the tournament life, in fact. Because once yellow loses this match, yellow will be eliminated. Pop TB Swamp going down to Balloon. Calls the GG, well played. GG, says Balloon. Balloon going to be our 7th player to secure $50 and advance to the round of 8. Perhaps not a very terribly exciting game. Very straightforward play from our red player. Doing everything right. Getting in nice and early with double tornado. Taking out the troop huts. Identifying that as the attack. Taking advantage of yellow not having said troop huts to just troop yellow out with warriors. A clinical victory for our red player. Yellow's trying to build over on this side of the base. Doing what he can to keep himself in it, but I don't think that that's going to work. 5 population for our yellow player, 90 population for our red player. 10-minute game. Nice and quick. Y'all get your evenings back, as we don't have Preacher versus Boat for another hour and 20 minutes. People saying hi just as we are about to end for this game. It's good to see you all, but sorry, this was a bit of a one-sided affair. There's the surrender. Swamp not going to elongate the game any further. Balloon advances, guys. Balloon taking the victory over Swamp. Pretty dominant double game. I